Hey guys, before we get into the actual video, I just wanted to say something quick. Hopefully, um, I uh, I never planned on returning. Honestly, I thought I was tapped out, but something stuck with me. Maybe it was the nostalgia, maybe it was the community, or maybe it was just the resonating pull of content creation itself. But being a YouTuber, it it sticks, literally. It seeps into your soul like warm sap on bark, slow, messy, and somehow irresistible. Um, but I tried to branch out, uh, do something different, but every time I'd log off, I'd feel like I left something unfinished. The ideas kept chirping in, just even when I was trying to harden up and move on to something different. But I'm back. Not because I had to, but because I wouldn't be myself if I didn't create. So, thank you for letting me return to the groove. Let's resonate together and keep this channel growing. Now, to the actual intro of the video.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Crumped SMP. Just a fair warning throughout this video, I have allergies, so if I sound sick, I guess technically I am. But we're in the Nether. We made it to the Nether Age. Um, yeah, I figured out how to break bedrock, so I'm the resident bedrock breaker. So yeah, really quickly, the only reason I'm on here, sick. It's on hard mode now, so we can starve to death, which I gotta be careful about. Nah, that Deadeye, that's just how defects are. I wanted to come here to show you my farm. This is how I get experience, because Deadeye has a medding villager. And it's just how they are. It's a skeleton farm. I've been AFKing for quite some time. If you're wondering what this is, it's also a stray farm. So if we give it a few seconds, I could show you this down here. Here's all the non-stackable items that go. Don't mind these. These are item filters. Um, yeah. So we have arrows, we have bones, and then we have the arrows of slowness. So safe to say we don't need arrows anymore. Um, if you're wondering why these stuff looks different, I have a resource pack on. So, I forget what it's called. But yeah, anyway, stray. I don't think they do anything different other than the fact that they're strays. So, I don't know. I just thought it'd be interesting to have a stray farm. Anyway, this is just my XP farm. Again, allergies, can't think straight. But yeah, it's like called at a glance. So, because my sword has sharpness and mending, it has this like curved effect and this infinity thing on it. The at a glance resource pack is still a work in progress. Why are you guys getting stuck up here? What are you guys doing? Can you guys not? Oh no, they have boots on because it's on hard mode now. Okay, stray farm's not gonna work. Now I know. So, oh well. But yeah, definitely on hard mode now, because the skeletons have armor, which they didn't before. Which is why they were only bows. In the thing. I also have a spider farm, so that's new. I mined to the ancient city, which hopefully we're gonna get to in this episode. Am I recording? I am recording. um, and maybe I'll do a quick like time lapse of me doing the trial chamber. By the way, if you just go into the map, trial chambers right here, ancient cities are right here. So they are like right over each other. So, yeah. How do I get out of here? This thing. All right. Well, this is just the intro. So I don't know what's gonna be next. See you in the next clip.
Hey guys, you might be wondering where I am and why I'm in creative. Why is it night? Why is all this wool? Well, to answer all of that, I'm in the redstone testing world for what we're going to do today. So we will start off with, okay, this is a resin farm. Don't mind this. This is not part of it. I don't know why it does this. This is strange to me. Because it filled up this. And I'm like, what the heck? Anyways. This is a resin farm. So this is my first iteration. And this is what this is based off of, right? So I have this here. We'll show you on the big one. Okay. So first we'll start off with this platform, right? We're on easy mode. As you can see, there's mobs spawning. So if I flip this lever, the creaking will spawn up here. Once they spawn, they get pushed off. And we only need this on for a few seconds because then it just overwhelms the system. Because it'll spawn one, and since they're out of the range, these can spawn infinitely. So if you have a reason for this many creaking, go ahead. But you need to turn it on for maybe 3-4 seconds, and you get all of this creaking, and then you wait for them to come in, fall into this hole. This is the chamber where you will AFK at. So you want to make this look nice. Oh, you don't need to, I guess. But you need this to be safe from mobs. And you probably want a regeneration beacon if you're going to AFK for hours because you're going to eat. Because you need to auto click. Anyways, I got to stop saying that. From here, we would click. We would hit them. I have sweeping edge on this sword. That's why it looks so weird. Because of one of my resource packs. Now they're all freaking out. And they're all settling. Because there's just so many in this. Like I was saying. You don't want so many. And then it spawns all this resin, right? And that's where this other lever comes in handy. It will then turn on the system with my indicating lights. Which will push these back and forth. So I have leaf stone going up. And it's pushing the signal upwards. With leaf stone, it's pretty cool because you can actually have it going multiple directions. I have this one. Go to this. I forgot I'm not in survival. I have it go to this piston and this observer, or this observer, that piston, which does more leaf stone, which then flicks this on and off really quickly, which will turn this on, which will give this power, which turns on the system. This is a redstone clock, and it pushes that side, then this side. So it will always end up, no, that side, then this side. It'll always end up like this when you turn it off, or it should in theory. I don't remember, but it shifts these back and forth so the resin break off. Is that a ghast? No, it's a phantom. So then all of the resin will end up down here. So just wait for a second to see the resin fall. See, all the resin, and then eventually it'll go down to here, which, I mean, it's a fairly simple farm. It's tileable. I have this at the max push limit, which you don't need. But like, here's the turn this off. Basically, it makes this the max turns all of us on, so these are always extended, blocking these as spawn points. So basically, if any of these pressure plates are triggered, it'll turn on and go back here, turn on these pistons, push them off. Once there's no longer power, it'll retract, and then that's how that works. Over here, simple redstone clock. I say simple. I have it on an on and off switch. So this acts like a redstone dust, and in order to have it turn on, I have a delay set. So this piston would push first. The redstone would come in front of this. Observer will send out a pulse going, hey, the system's on, and start this redstone pulse going. It will then go from here all the way down to this, which this is the pistons. At the very first iteration of this, it was 8 on each side, and then I had to move these closer because I didn't make this right. I didn't want to mess with the water anymore, so these, like, that was like right here, so it would push and then they would like fall off. So anyways, once they get pushed off, they go into the water and into this hole. And same thing with the resin, it just pops off, goes down to this hole. And I have these leaves here because they can shift off and fly that way. So it'll shift off, fly here, fall. So there's no waste in resin. But yeah, I mean, this design's pretty simple. It does require a lot. I think for starters, I will make one side on the server. So let me get that stuff ready. That way I can make it with you guys. Alright, guys. I lost the footage, as I have said in a post on YouTube, of me making this, and it's like, it took me several hours to make this, and I recorded most of it. All I needed to do was to build these 2 rooms, and build those 2 rooms and connect the redstone from down there to up here to make it all work. That, and, you know, fill this in, but I haven't even gotten all the creaking hearts that I need. So, in case you weren't paying attention earlier, let's just walk right through it, right? So this right here is where the creakings will spawn. By the way, I was having an issue, so I made like a surface platform. Hopefully these work. They're all bottom slabs, which they can't spawn on. Anyways, this is where they spawn on. They spawn on these pressure plates. Pressure plates don't stop them from spawning. Therefore, when they spawn, they activate the pressure plates, causing these pistons to push them off. They fall down here and end up in this smacking chamber. And when you smack them, it creates resin on these blocks. This line right here turns on this system. This system pushes the logs back and forth, shaking off all of the resin. The resin then falls down, which I realized that I put these in the wrong place. These are supposed to go beside the piston, and I didn't do that. I did it right here, but I did not do it anywhere else. I mean, this is fine. This is also fine. I don't know how these are going to fit. Anyways, push them back and forth and knocks off all the resin into the water stream. The water will put it all down into the smacking chamber, but since this is a hopper, it'll take it down to these hoppers. These hoppers all lead into these chests. I ran out of wood, which is why there's a water thing right here. Yeah. No, that's literally it. And, let me try and get a clip of this working, eh? Okay, there's that. And clip time. Now, there is waste with this, which is why it's way better if you make walls. Even little half walls. See, right here. and there's some elsewhere. If you make half walls right here, which is why this is better as a full setup, this is only half of a setup. Basically, you just from these blocks you mimic over here or mirror over on this side. So it's these 4 blocks, skip 2 blocks, and then it's the pusher. Yeah, you can turn that off, and these guys just stay, and you just get resin. This is how you get resin. This is it. The only problem is, there's no experience, so your sword will break. That, and there's no like hitting causes hunger, so you just sit there and starve to death. So you gotta be careful with that. Yeah, that's it. That's all for this episode. This one's a shorter one, unfortunately. I don't know how short, but as always, God bless you all, and peace. Outro. It didn't work. Oh, come on. Did it work?